New topic, Chapter 7, Professional Conduct and Scope of Practice. Module, Identify methods to maintain client dignity and responsibilities to the client. Methods to maintain client dignity and responsibilities to clients. Responsibility. The RBT's responsibility is to all parties affected by behavioral services. Rights and prerogatives of clients. The RBT supports individual rights under the law. The client must be provided on request an accurate, current set of the RBT's credentials. Permission for electronic recording of interviews and service delivery sessions is secured from clients and relevant staff of all other settings. Consent for different uses must be obtained specifically and separately. Clients must be informed of their rights and about procedures to complain about professional practices of the RBT. The RBT complies with all requirements for criminal background checks. Maintaining confidentiality. RBTs have a primary obligation and take reasonable precautions to respect the confidentiality of those with whom they work or consult, recognizing that confidentiality may be established by law, institutional rules, or professional or scientific relationships. Clients have a right to confidentiality. Unless it is not feasible or is contradicted, the discussion of confidentiality occurs at the outset of the relationship and thereafter as new circumstances may warrant. In order to minimize intrusions on privacy, RBT include only information germane to the purpose for which the communication is made in written and oral reports, consultations, and the like. RBTs discuss confidential information obtained in clinical or consulting relationships or evaluative data concerning patients, individual or organizational clients, students, research participants, supervisees, and employees, only for appropriate scientific or professional purposes, and only with persons clearly concerned with such matters. Effective behavioral treatment. RBTs have the responsibility to implement accurately and appropriately the treatment plan and behavior intervention plan the BCBA developed. Clients have the right to effective behavioral treatment. Characteristics of treatment environments to ensure dignity, health, and safety. The environment is engaging. Functional skills are taught and maintained. Behavior issues are ameliorated. The environment is the least restrictive alternative. The environment is stable. The environment is safe, and the client chooses where to live, if of the age to choose. Next are scenarios of appropriate responses to maintain client dignity and responsibilities to clients. The first scenario is, many of our clients know each other. What about when family A asks about how family B is doing? The response, I'm not sure about that, or I am not really supposed to discuss clients with other clients. Another scenario, the family or client asks the therapist about his or her private plans. The RBT responds, I'm not allowed to discuss this with clients. The next scenario, using a client's name in a date book, email, or while talking with a coworker in the open. The RBT response, please use codes. For instance, it could be the first two letters of the first name and the first two letters of the last name, or whatever your organization specifically uses to protect personal health information or PHI. You could use the codes in email subject lines, non-encrypted emails, and when discussing a client in the open. Another scenario would be when a client's parent asks you to talk to a third party. The RBT response is always refer the client to speak with the supervisor. Here's another scenario. You see a client in public. The RBT response would be, do your best not to address them, and if they come to you, do not share any personal information or ask for any personal information. A scenario would be, the client asks about coworkers. The response, if it's related to the job, please refer to the supervisor or lead therapist. If it is personal information not related to the team or job, relay that you are not allowed to discuss that kind of information. And yet another scenario would be, if you're out in the community and a stranger approaches you with questions, an RBT response would be, always protect privacy and personal health information. If you are unsure, just state that you are not allowed to discuss details of the child with anyone. It is good to have a plan before you go. Maybe have the supervisor discuss what the client's parents prefer. Some like to advocate while in the community. Others will want total privacy. Always choose privacy when you do not know. Another scenario would be if a coworker asks what clients you have or who is on your teams. The RBT response would be, unless it's relevant to the team, do not discuss client loads or teams with your coworkers. The last scenario is, you need to take pictures or videos. Always request a photo release through the supervisor or lead from parents before taking pictures or videos, and the supervisor will return the release to your employer.